And would that, I mean, well, I guess anybody could make threats, but that could fit in with the guy that you know.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And again, Gil Cabot was exposed on the Larry King show when Larry King had on Sharon Komlos, Komlos, who was a well-known victim of a violent rape where she was left for dead and was tragically blinded for life by her experience. And Gil Cabot got involved in her case and misled her, and he was exposed on Larry King live, right in front of everybody. I used to have a copy of that tape, but I'm sure I don't have it anymore.
When you say he got involved in her case, how so?
He misled her into believing certain things about him, and he was, he's a con man. He does things for money, and he had misled Sharon Komlos, and eventually, when I spoke to her, and she found it hard to believe that Gil Cabot was not the person who she had learned to trust. But shortly thereafter, she changed her opinion.
Now, you said he was exposed on Larry King. Did Larry King have the two of them on, or how did that happen?
As I recall, Larry King had the two of them on, and Gil was doing what he does, trying to be the man on the savior, the gladiator on the white knight on the charger coming in to protect this woman. Well, it was just quite the opposite.
What was his angle that time? What was he trying to do?
I don't remember, but he was trying to get involved in any money that she may make through books or movies as being part of her team. Another person is an actress, Ann Jillian.
Yeah.
Ann Jillian is married to a former NYPD or Chicago police officer, and when I was involved in the investigation of Cabot, Ann Jillian was also a victim, and you might want to talk to her.
Okay. And then if I lately some stuff has been surfacing about him because there were some questions involving the defense in this case, and then he, Todd Black or whoever he is, was involved as a spokesperson, and he sort of got involved in this Florida Bar Association investigation. So he's come up again, and the questions are being raised again. But there's a lot of blogging going on about him, and there seems to be a lot of contradictions in what he's saying. Or what his company, we'll leave it at that, is saying. His company told the Florida Bar Association that some family in Connecticut had actually gotten his company involved in the case, and he was not being paid by the defense. Then he blogged someone and said it was a Texas family that had come here to Disney World and seen the case that got him involved. Is this does it surprise you to hear that there would be these conflicting statements about who he works for and how he got involved in the case?
That doesn't surprise me at all. I wouldn't believe anything that Gil Cabot would say to me or to anybody else. And
you think Gil Cabot is Todd Black?
Based on the voice that I heard, on the link that I clicked on, the voice was. There's no doubt in my mind that voice was Gil Cabot.
Do you know what it was that you clicked on? Can you think back a little bit? I'd love to listen to the same thing you listened to.
Yeah, I could lose my house on that. There's no way in the world. But again, Leonard Padilla, has the newspaper article that I faxed him.
Okay.
And I know that if you call the LA Times and ask to get into their indices for Jan Carl, Gil Cabot, there's going to be a plethora of articles on that because she was, at the time, just a high-profile news anchor lady for Channel 5 News at 10 at night. Everybody knew her, and she was a victim. And I must say, she was a courageous victim.
But I'm saying that the thing that you clicked on recently and you listened to and said, "Oh, that's Gil Cabot's voice," and it was supposed to be Todd Black. Can you remember anything about what that was? Because I would love to do that. I would love to use that in my story and click on the same thing and record it and say, "This is what you heard," and you said, "Wow, that's..."
Yeah, there's no way.
Okay.
No way.
All right.
Didn't know how to contact Jan's mother to ask where was that?
Oh, okay. So she's the one who told you to click on it and listen to it.
Right.
Okay. Okay. You don't remember? Okay. I'll try. I'll see what I can do with that. I don't know. Okay. Anything else you can say? Let me ask you this. I plan to ask the defense attorney these questions, but one of the questions I'm going to ask him is, did he know this about this guy or not? And maybe I'm interjecting you into something that you don't want to talk about, but my question would be either the attorney wasn't careful enough, or else, even worse, he knew the questions about who this was and got involved anyway. Am I on the right track there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about the case.
Okay.
Other than what I've seen on the news.
Okay.
And I haven't seen I understand that Gil Cabot, or Todd Black, or whatever he's calling himself, will not go on any TV shows, and I'm sure he knows that people in California are going to recognize him as Gil Cabot, and then his little charade is going to be over.
Yeah, he will not show his face. In fact, one member of the defense team here says he's never seen him.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if the rest of the defense team has seen him or not, but I know at least one person has not seen him ever.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was a pretty traumatic few minutes on Larry King, and maybe he's not as stupid as I think he is.
In other words, he would never want to face that kind of exposure again.
Not to be exposed on national TV. No.
Yeah. How did he react to that when that happened? Wow.
I mean, I'm sure he reacted like most people would, where you're completely exposed and laid wide open, and that everything you've been saying is a complete lie. And even though Larry King was a nice man about it, he still said, "Well, I need answers. How come? Why do I have this? And did you go to prison?" And he was just tripping and flopping all over himself.
And then I guess he left Sharon alone after that?
I would assume so, because Sharon got my phone number and had phone numbers of local FBI agents that she knew she could turn to should she ever become a victim again.
Well, thank you so much, and let me